The air hums with the sound of steel. Rapid-fire montages capture the lethal grace of Indian martial arts, where wooden staves spin with hypnotic precision. Clashing blades ring out against stone, immediately establishing the gravity and intensity of these ancient combat traditions that have survived for thousands of years. We journey back to the Vedic roots, exploring the geographical cradle of these combat systems, where the earliest forms of physical discipline began to take shape. In the shadow of ancient mountains, survival was the primary motivator. Simple tribal tools were forged into the first defensive implements of a developing civilization. As empires rose across the subcontinent, these tools evolved into sophisticated instruments of war, designed for both battlefield dominance and personal protection in a volatile era. Legendary masters emerged from the dust of history, codifying these systems into structured disciplines that demanded not just physical prowess, but immense philosophical depth and focus. Discipline was the cornerstone of the warrior's life. Training was a lifelong commitment, bridging the gap between a battlefield necessity and a refined spiritual martial art. Consider the Urumi, a flexible sword that defies conventional logic. Its whip-like blade requires immense technical mastery to wield without endangering the practitioner themselves. Then there is the talwar, the iconic curved blade of the Indian cavalry. Its design reflects a perfect balance between cutting power and agile, defensive maneuvering. These weapons were more than just steel. They were extensions of the warrior's intent, shaped by centuries of conflict and the relentless pursuit of combat perfection. As we examine these complex systems, we invite you to subscribe to our channel, ensuring you stay tuned for the deep dive analysis of these legendary arts. Stay with us as we transition into the sacred cultural significance of these weapons and how they were preserved through the darkest chapters of history. The history of Indian weaponry is inextricably linked to the rise of the great kingdoms, from the Mauryas to the fierce Rajput clans of the north. Each dynasty brought its own innovations to the forge, refining the metallurgy and geometry of blades to suit specific terrain and tactical requirements of the region. We see the transition from bronze to iron, a technological leap that allowed for sharper, more durable edges capable of piercing heavy armor on the field. The battlefield was a crucible of evolution, where only the most effective designs survived the brutal tests of real-world combat against diverse invading forces. Beyond the battlefield, these weapons were symbols of status, often adorned with intricate engravings that told stories of lineage, victory, and divine protection. Masters of the past were not merely fighters, they were scholars of movement, teaching that the blade is only as effective as the mind guiding it. The oral traditions passed down through the Gurukul system ensured that these techniques remained secret, preserved within families and monastic orders for generations. We look at the Kalaripayattu tradition, often cited as the mother of all martial arts, where the body itself becomes a weapon of fluid, lethal intent. The core techniques emphasize footwork, balance, and the economy of motion, ensuring that a warrior can engage multiple opponents without losing their tactical advantage. Every strike is calculated, every parry is a redirection of energy, reflecting a deep understanding of human anatomy and the physics of leverage and momentum. We move to the arsenal of the infantry, where the spear and the shield formed an impenetrable wall against the chaos of ancient, close-quarters combat. The khanda, a double-edged straight sword, represents the pinnacle of Indian sword-making, designed for crushing blows that could shatter shields and armor alike. Then there is the bagnak, or tiger claw, a concealed weapon that highlights the ingenuity of Indian assassins and the necessity of stealth in dark times. These tools were not just for killing, they were instruments of justice, used by the righteous to defend the weak and uphold the dharma of the land. Cultural significance runs deep, as these weapons were often consecrated in temples, treated with a reverence usually reserved for deities and sacred artifacts. During festivals, weapons were cleaned and worshipped, reminding the community that the ability to defend one's home is a sacred duty and a heavy responsibility. The preservation of these arts through colonial eras was a silent act of rebellion, keeping the spirit of the warrior alive when open conflict was suppressed. Today, these traditions face the challenge of modernization, yet they continue to inspire new generations to seek physical excellence and mental clarity through training. We see the resurgence of interest in historical fencing as enthusiasts reconstruct lost techniques from ancient manuscripts and stone carvings found in ruined temples. The study of these weapons is a study of ourselves, reflecting our innate desire to overcome obstacles and protect what we hold most dear in life. As we conclude our exploration, we reflect on the legacy of the masters who dedicated their lives to the perfection of the blade and the spirit. Their influence persists in modern sports and cinema, where the aesthetic of the ancient Indian warrior continues to captivate audiences across the entire globe. We have covered the breadth of these systems, but the depth of Indian martial history is vast, with many secrets still waiting to be uncovered. The path of the warrior is never truly finished, as each generation adds its own layer of understanding to the foundations laid by our ancestors. We hope this documentary has provided a window into the rich, violent, and beautiful world of India's ancient melee weaponry and its enduring cultural impact. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time, where we have traced the evolution of steel from the forge to the battlefield. Your support allows us to continue documenting these rare traditions, ensuring that the knowledge of the past is not lost to the sands of time. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on our upcoming series exploring the hidden corners of martial history. We are constantly researching new topics, and your feedback helps us decide which legendary weapons and masters to feature in our future episodes. The world of ancient combat is filled with wonders, and we are just scratching the surface of what these incredible civilizations achieved in their prime. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please consider sharing it with fellow history buffs and martial arts enthusiasts who appreciate the craft of the blade. Every like and comment helps the algorithm bring this content to more people who are passionate about preserving our global martial heritage. We are committed to accuracy and depth, working with historians and practitioners to bring you the most authentic representation of these ancient arts. The story of the Indian warrior is a story of resilience, innovation, and the eternal struggle to maintain balance in a world of constant change. As we look to the future, we carry the lessons of the past, applying the discipline and focus of the ancient masters to our modern lives. The legacy of the sword lives on, not just in museums, but in the hearts of those who continue to practice and teach these noble arts. We are already hard at work on the next installment, which promises to be one of our most exciting and intense episodes to date. The techniques we will explore next are rare, dangerous, and steeped in a history that is as fascinating as it is brutal and unforgiving. We are preparing a special feature on the legendary Vajra Mushti, a weapon and a combat style that is truly unlike anything else in the world. You will not want to miss our breakdown of the knuckle duster combat system, which remains one of the most unique aspects of Indian martial culture. Stay tuned for that release as we continue our mission to bring the forgotten stories of the ancient world into the light of the present. Thank you again for your time, your curiosity, and your dedication to learning about the history that shaped the world we live in today. Until next time, keep training, keep researching, and keep honoring the traditions that have survived the trials of thousands of years of human history. The journey continues with every video, and we are honored to have you as part of our growing community of history and martial arts lovers. We look forward to seeing you in the comments section, where we can discuss the fascinating details of the weapons we have covered today. Remember, the spirit of the warrior is not defined by the weapon in hand, but by the courage and integrity with which they face life. Prepare yourselves for the next chapter, where the intensity reaches a new peak with the introduction of the legendary Vajra Mushti combat system. Goodbye for now, and we will see you in the next video, where we dive deep into the secrets of the Vajra Mushti. Beyond the battlefield, these weapons were viewed as sacred extensions of the warrior soul, embodying a deep spiritual connection to the divine. During centuries of foreign occupation, these martial traditions were meticulously preserved through secret training regimes, traditional festivals, and intricate folk dance performances. Today, a new generation of dedicated practitioners is reclaiming these ancient arts, honoring the unbroken lineage passed down by their resilient ancestors. We examine the diverse weaponry of the subcontinent, breaking down the mechanical design and the rich historical context behind each unique steel piece. From the curved precision of the talwar to the flexible whip-like lethality of the Urumi, each tool tells a story of tactical evolution. As we reflect on this enduring martial heritage, it becomes clear that these arts have left a profound, lasting impact on global combat history. Stay tuned, because in our next installment, we will dive deep into the unique and brutal combat art of the legendary Vajra Mushti.